Hey guys, picked up some of these Govee lights for my house for Halloween this year. They are permanent lights that go underneath the awning of your house. You can see what they look like here. This is a 100-foot string of lights. They're waterproof, they're snowproof, they're windproof. So they're basically meant to be mounted on the house for an extended period of time. These specific ones come in white, so I am considering painting them just to match the underside of the house. But I'm going to unbox this, show you what comes in the box, show you how I mount them to the house, and then show you what the finished product looks like. Okay, so I just took off the tape, and if we open the box up, looks like there are some instructions here on the top. Small user guide, user manual. Looks like something on the media and how to use it, and then this blue insert is a quick start guide as well, which shows you how to connect it and get it going in your house. And then there's 3 separate boxes in here. These 2 larger boxes are the lights themselves. You can see this is what the light looks like. It's got kind of acrylic around the whole thing, which I would think makes it reflect better, and then it's got some double-sided 3M tape here on the back, which we'll use to stick to the house. This should be the same, just another box of light strings. And then this box contains the power supply and the controller for the unit. Alright, so I'll take this inside, we'll get them connected up, and let's make sure they all work, and then we'll start the installation. Alright, so on this quick start guide, it shows that you connect to power. That's the power outlet there. That connects to the controller, and then from there you can either connect to the adapter or straight to the light strings. So here's the power adapter, and you can see here's the connector. It's got like a little rubber gasket on it. Here's the controller, and you can see it has the same 3 prongs. So we're just going to line this up so that the flat ends match. Okay, so I'll stick these 2 together, and you'll see here on there's arrows on the top, so as long as you line those arrows up, you should be good. So now we have the power supply connected to the controller, and then I'm going to plug this extension cord in here as well, just to make sure that that's functional. So very similar, you got the 3 prongs. We're going to line up the little there's a little like part that's sticking out. That groove goes right into the groove on the other side. There is a little waterproof connector there as well, so that when you have it outside, it's waterproof. And then you just connect the end of that extension cord right to the lights themselves. And by the way, these come pre-connected in the box, so there's 2 or 3 strands I think that are all connected already. And so once we plug this in, it should give you a quick light. And then if you push the power button, it will kind of go through a progression of all the different light colors. So you could already see how bright these lights are. So I'm going to unplug those. I'm going to plug in the other light bundle so that we can test all of these together. And anytime you are connecting a new strand, you have to unplug it in order for it to work. So it's already unplugged. And then I'm going to plug it back in, see the light flash as it did before. And then I'll push power, and now you're getting all the different colors lighting up throughout the strand. So this is the way you test them, just to make sure that they're all working and everything's working before you go out and install them on the roof. So the first thing I noticed here is on my eave, I really want to hang them kind of underneath, really close to the eave here, so that they are not detectable from away from the house. But I've noticed that I have this kind of support beam that goes all the way to the edge of the eave, and I really want to be able to run the cable through there. So I think, you know, there's multiple of these. There's one over here as well. I think I'm going to use this handsaw and try and saw a little groove here like this. I've already started on this one, that I can run the cable through here, and then I'll paint over this, and it'll be hidden behind this behind the eave. So that's my plan. We'll see if it works. So here's a look at the progress so far. Once I got those grooves cut, it's been very fast and easy to clip these out, to put these up. You really just pull on them from one to another, push on the adhesive for 5 to 10 seconds, and then they stick. I don't like how these waterproof connectors are sticking down, so I'm just going to clip this off. Just make sure you don't cut the cable itself. You make a little tiny cut there, you can kind of wiggle this off. Hard to do it with the camera. There we go. Okay, and I've got one over on the other side here as well I want to cut. You can see how easily and nicely these line up though. You really just pull them, push on the adhesive, and they stick pretty well. So it's pretty simple to keep them straight. Okay, so you can see from the street, if you walk back a little, you can't really see them. There are some spots like this up here on the right where I need to put a cable tie in to push it up against the top of the eave, but for the most part, it's been pretty simple to run these. So, obviously not a necessary step here, but I decided that I really wanted these to match up here, so I am going to paint just with a brush the white cable, and you can see here I've already done it with the matching paint. It's still drying, but it just gives it that little bit more camouflage rather than having all these white cables up here. They'll blend in, so I'm going to go ahead and do that on a few of these here. Okay, so let's see how this turned out. So I've got the app open. You see how dark it is out here. I'm going to go ahead and hit the upper level button, and that should turn on the lights upstairs. We'll turn the lower level ones on here as well. Still working on a way to figure out how to group these. So if you guys know how to group these lights, go ahead and throw that in the chat. So this is just a basic warm white light to kind of show the perimeter of the house, but you can also kind of push on this scenes button, and there's tons of scenes in here. This one for the upper level is just showing, looks like Christmas tree at this time. I'm going to change that to a sunrise. So that gives you kind of just this rolling set of colors. I'll do the same here for the bottom. And now you can kind of see, now again, these aren't synced, so they're not grouped together, so they're not synced, but they look relatively the same. There's a little bit better shot from the side. There's tons of scenes in here that you can play with. I'll show you a few of them here. There's a sunset. Now I'm only on the bottom, so it's just changing the bottom lights. And forest kind of turns it a little bit green. So you can play with all those. There's all sorts of themes for holidays like Halloween. There's some Christmas themes. There's Valentine's Day, Easter. I mean, pretty much anything you could think of. Game day for football days. I'm not exactly sure what that looks like. One of the ones I really like is, let me see, I think it's a natural, this one, downpour. So it almost acts kind of like a thunderstorm. Gives you this strobe effect. And I'll do the upstairs here too on the same one. Show you what it looks like. There we go. So there you go. So you get a nice strobe effect on the house. I almost like this one for Halloween better because it looks like a thunderstorm. So you could also go in here where I had just I'm going to set these to just the original lights that I had on, kind of the lighting for the house. You can see here that they've got the lights segmented out. So you could select a certain strand and change those to red, and the left corner there will turn red. So you could potentially change every single strand. I'm just going to hit change these back to white, and to make them all the same, I'm going to just hit select all, and now you can see they're all white. And then on the bottom here, you can change kind of the color of white to a cool white or to like a warmer white, which is what I have the upper level set to. So I'll try and make those match. Again, if there's a way to group this, it'd be nice so that they all do the same, exactly the same, rather than having to go back to the upper and try and match them together. There's a button here for music where it'll take background noise and kind of make a strobe effect for the music. There's timers on here, so you can turn them on and off, with the time of day. There are some other more advanced settings here. You could certainly change the brightness of the lights, and you'll see those kind of dim and come back. So yeah, lots of things to play with in the app. I put inside the description, I put all the links to the lights that I used, as well as any of the additional tools that I used for this video. So I hope you enjoyed it, and good luck.